Well, I'm really excited to join all of you here today on a crisp December day at Ellis Island in New York to share with you what we've accomplished this year and all we have to look forward to next year.
It's been a long couple years for everybody, but we're really excited about how we've accepted this new normal and are forging ahead.
Load 191. As far as COVID is concerned, we had to make a lot of changes.
This year we've had a lot of difficulties on the job, supply chain issues, labor.
COVID has had an impact.
It's really made, some potentially simpler tasks become a lot more complicated.
We couldn't get radios, couldn't get handheld radios for a while.
But we kept working, we kept getting paid, so all in all, everyone was happy.
That makes you feel good too, when you can pick up the ball, and even though you're short-handed or you're short of resources, you get the job done in a timely manner.
Building a new pier for submarines for the Navy. This is kind of a new territory for Weeks to be working in Connecticut. So there's always some growing pains with that. But we've worked through them, and we've got a really good crew out here now that's putting in some really good work that everyone can be proud of.
I've been with Weeks going on 21 years. It's the only job I've ever had. We take care of each other like family because we're with each other more than we are our families.
I feel that easy.
It's more than a job. This is my life.
Big goal of this project and for Weeks is to get a good rapport with the Navy. We have more work in the region, and we hope to have more work with the Navy going forward.
A few years back after Sandy, they came up with a concept of building 9 separate breakwaters here to protect Staten Island. E-Crane, this is the 3rd one for Weeks, but this is the first one on a floating vessel, and so far it's went above and beyond all expectations. You can go from a grappler, you can go from a bucket, you can go straight to a hook crane, and on projects like this you need that because it's one piece of equipment that does it all, and also articulated as it moves, it's very helpful.
We're nestled right in between FDR Drive North and the East River, and our work is comprised of foundational structures underneath what will soon be a large pedestrian walkway and bike path running north-south along the East River. One thing in particular that this project will be great for, it's just a phase in a huge goal to wrap the city in waterfront property that people can walk and bike and avoid traffic like we're looking at today. And it really shows the beauty in the city outside of when you're clustered in the madness.
This island was constructed in a few different time frames, but mainly the full seawall was constructed around 1920, so we're about 100 years old now. So we're here to kind of re-strengthen the wall and make sure that it'll last again for another 100 years. Where the concrete is poured to is at low water. We're going to be coming back and cutting that all. So basically you'll never be able to see the repair unless it's a moon tide, low tide. And the other half of the project is the repairs to the actual ferry slips right now. And throughout that work, full access, full operations are expected to be maintained for Ellis Island. So we've basically built an extra berth, a temporary berth for ferries to dock at while we're doing our work in the ferry slip.
Old Faithful, right there. When other dredgers can't do it, she out there doing it.
Our intent is to install roughly 900,000 cubic yards.
Going straight down is the pickup wire. It's about 155 feet of wire that goes to the yoke. Bow connection winch is going to bring it all the way up off the seabed and into the bell mouth.
We got a swell coming off our port quarter. And we're kind of facing into the wind and the shock. It's not bad. We're pumping off, so our gear's all cradled. But when we go out there trying to set our gear out and dig, it gets a little tricky.
Once the water starts draining out, you'll start seeing the material start dropping and cratering and stuff like that right at the door. And then as you get closer to the actual door, you'll start seeing the fluidizing jet nozzles underneath that helps create the slurry to get it through the pipe.
All right, Brett, flush and line.
After World War I and II, it was common practice to just dump all the ordnance over the side, and sometimes that ends up in our borrow areas. We have mech baskets, we refer to them, munitions explosive control baskets. Nothing larger than 3/4 of an inch gets out of that basket. In this case, the Corps of Engineers, they maintain a staff of ordnance guys. After we get done pumping, they'll come and make sure there's no kind of an explosive ordnance in the basket. You know, safety first.
Weeks is steeped in tradition. We have a large equipment base, a lot of capital investment, but really it all boils down to people. What drives this company is the people. That is our most important asset and resource.
We really are a people business and a family business. And I was speaking with some of our directors recently, and they just said, you know, they saw right away that our people take ownership of their work and enjoy it.
We're in it for the long haul. We want to keep our people progressing, trained, motivated, and never lose that sense of family.
It's a great journey, and for me to have a role in creating an environment where that can happen is, I mean, I see it as a purpose in life and a purpose fulfilled.